Joe Servais, and this is our UBA catching tip. Today we're focusing on throwing the baseball to second base when a guy's trying to steal, okay? So there's a couple different components that we need to work on here. We need to make sure our footwork is correct. That's going to allow us to make good, accurate throws to second base, throw some base runners out, okay? First things first, when we squat down behind the plate, we're going to be in our secondary stance. There's a base runner on first base, okay? So we start in a good, solid secondary stance, and then what we need to do is make sure that our footwork is going directly towards second base. A lot of times what happens is I see a lot of youth players who will either end up with all their momentum going towards the third base dugout, or a lot of their momentum going towards the first base dugout, and what that does is it puts a lot of pressure on your arm and makes it really tough to make that throw to second base. This is already an extremely difficult play to make as a catcher, and we don't need to make it any harder on ourselves by working in the wrong direction, okay? So like I said, first things first, we want to make sure our feet are in line to second base, okay? We also want to make sure that when we're stepping with our right foot, we gain a little bit of ground towards second, okay? We don't want to gain a whole lot of ground and take a big hop with our right foot, because what happens there is as we're going up and down with our foot, that base runner is making a lot of ground towards second base. So we want to take about a 3 or 4 inch step with our right foot to gain a little bit of ground, okay? What that's going to do is get a lot of our momentum working towards second base. It's going to make that throw a little bit easier for us, all right? And a good rule of thumb for that is if I'm down in my crouch right here, if you kind of draw a line from your chin right down into the ground here, that's a good spot for that right foot to work for, or to work towards, okay? So I got this imaginary spot right here. When I'm coming out, I want to try to put my foot right there on the straight line towards second and right on that dot towards my chin, okay? Or underneath my chin, excuse me. So I'm in my stance here again. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go right, left, and you notice how I ended up on this straight line that we have here? If you're working in dirt, you can always just draw a straight line behind home plate into the dirt with your foot, or if you're working on carpet, put some tape down, okay? Very important. I'll show you one more time what it looks like in real time, and then you can go home and do it yourself, okay? So I'm here, I'm in a good secondary stance. I'm gonna receive that baseball, and it's just right, left, and I'm getting ready to throw the baseball to second base, all right? The sooner you get the footwork down, the easier it's going to be for you to start working on accuracy and velocity with throwing the ball to second. There's your tip of the day.